What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD Mobile video. So the Season 4 update officially came out to COD Mobile, and I was actually able to see all of the content that's going to be making its way, such as the Battle Pass skins, the Strongbox skins, the Legendary skins, also the collaboration skins as well. But I do want to touch up on the Volcanic series Armory. So this is going to be the new Armory that we are getting for this season. And honestly, I have quite a bit of negative things to say about it. So I've been holding off on making this video until the Volcanic Armory came off, but given that we're like one day away before the season begins, I thought I'd just have some sort of video the day before, I start working on the Vargo and everything. So yes, I've completed every single armory so far that's been released in this game. The Christmas armory, the Halloween armory, the Samurai armory. I've done like all of those. But this time around, honestly, I don't know if I'm really interested in finishing the armory, even if it means getting like a special icon that I could use as like for my profile or getting a legendary frame or a mythic calling card. It's not that I really can't afford it. It's mainly because there's just a lot more content that's coming in that I'm actually a lot more interested in, such as the collaboration, where I do want to get that BP50 legendary, given the fact that I don't really have anything for it other than just the BP50 Dark Matter. But honestly, when it comes to this Volcanic series Armory, this is the first one where I've actually truly felt disinterested in engaging with it. Like, my main target really is just to get the Vargo, because obviously the Vargo is the new weapon, and if possible, I also would want to get the FFAR, because, I mean, it is a pretty decent assault rifle, but as for everything else, it just doesn't really seem worth it to me. And I think there's one primary reason as to why. I think it's just because all the skins within that series armory just literally look the same. I'm sure most of you guys have already seen the leaks, whether you're on Twitter or if you're on YouTube or something like that. I'm sure you guys search that up every time a new update comes out just to see how they look like. But the Volcanic series armory, most of the weapons have been shown for months at this point. You know, the FFAR, the KRM, the OTS, I mean, that's already been in the game for over a year or so. But I don't know, man. I just really there's no interest there for me to actually just complete the entire armory. Look, they're going to make it pretty easy for a lot of us to get some of those skins. I know there'll be a lot of you guys that probably don't spend a lot of money, but you guys probably have a lot of series points racked up. And who knows, you guys actually might get really lucky. I've seen people get like 3 or 4 legendary skins within a 10 pull thing. You know, it's actually pretty insane. And look, it's not like they're making it very hard to get any of these things. Again, some people have like really good odds. For me, it's kind of like hit or miss. You know, sometimes I do have good odds. Sometimes I have like really bad odds. But I mean, I'm getting a head start kind of with all like the login events that they're probably going to do with those cards, as well as having ownership of the OTS already. So I already get like 1,000 series points right off the bat, plus all those extra event ones. So like even if I'm just aiming for one of those legendary skins, I'm just hoping that it's just the Vargo right away. And even if you do chance up a certain skin that you want to have a better chance of getting them, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get them at those 75 spins. With the Samurai series armory, I was actually primarily just aiming for the ASM-10 because that's one of my favorite assault rifles today. And, I had the chance up and everything. And I ended up getting the CX-9 for some reason. And, I always assumed that you know, like the one that you choose is the one that you're going to get at the very end. But no, that wasn't actually the case at all. And by the time I got the ASM-10, I already had most of them. So I just decided just to finish it off since I only had like one left. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case with the Volcanic series armory because I'm aiming for the Vargo because that's like my primary concern. I mean, yes, the NW11 also is getting a legendary, but I mean, dude, that pistol sucks. Like I don't want to buy a skin for a gun that has no potential. I thought having the akimbo option would kind of help its odds, but honestly, like I already made the video on that. It's not really that great. If you're comparing akimbo options like to the machine pistol or even the deagle, like yeah, the MW11 is probably the worst one. But I think with the Volcanic Armory, there's just a lot more interesting content. I mean, keep in mind the Shecom's finally getting its first legendary, and it's in a character draw, so most chances it's probably going to end up being a lot cheaper. I know with my luck on those types of things where, there's a legendary weapon involved, I actually get pretty lucky. I get that stuff like within the third spin. So, you know, I don't really think I'm going to spend too much on the Shecom. But when it comes to, the Seven Deadly Sins collaboration, I think that's where my interests well, that's where I have my interest peaked the most, mainly because of the BP50. I'll be 1,000% honest with you. I'm not really much of a fan of the Mythic BP50. I mean, I don't have ownership of it, obviously, because I wasn't around. I was still in basic training when that thing came out. And I mean, even now, like I've had my hands on it a few times, picked it up from dead people, or I've had my friend Parker like project the weapon so I could borrow it for like 3 lives, but it just never piqued my interest. But with this one that's coming out, I mean, it has a custom inspect, it has a decent iron sight. It may not have the tack sprint animation, but other than that, I mean, it's a really cool skin. It's a good consolation prize, if anything. You don't have to pay for tracer rounds. You don't have to upgrade or anything. You just get it and that's it. So I've heard a lot of negative things about the Vargo as well. Since the update's already out for everyone, I have been able to test the weapon, and people are not really a fan of it, mainly because of the recoil. But I'll get into that in a later video. In fact, I might not even stream tomorrow. I might just make a video of like just me grinding it out to gold. But honestly, I think the weapon actually does have a lot of potential, and that's honestly why I actually want to get that fiery legendary. It may not be the most beautiful thing in the world, I mean the skin, but I mean, hey, if the gun's good, I'll get it. So that's my main target for the Volcanic series Armory. But of course, if there is somehow by some miracle I end up getting a lot more of those skins in the process of getting the Vargo, I might actually finish it off. I know I have like one out of like the six that there are, but yeah, I just don't really see the Volcanic series Armory really being that interesting. And yes, I never had a skin for the KRM, but I mean I don't even use the KRM. And I don't even know if there's like a signature attachment for it. I think there was supposed to be one for this season, but it just never happened. But yeah, anyways, that's really all I have to say. I mean, whether or not you guys want to pick up the Volcanic series Armor, maybe you guys are collectors. For me, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is the first I guess this is like the very first Armory where I truly felt like really disinterested. And I guarantee you, even if I finish it, whatever special effect that they give you for finishing it, like, whether it be a reload animation or maybe some sort of inspect, yeah, I don't really think it's going to be worth it at the end of the day. And if anything, I know most of the skins that I buy in the game are not worth it. They're too overpriced, but I'm already at this point I already have hundreds of like these types of skins, so it's not going to mean anything. And plus, who knows, at some point they might bring it back like maybe a year from now or maybe half a year from now. I mean, the Samurai series Armory, like it came out twice in a span of a single year, so if there's not anything interesting during the second time it comes out, maybe I might go for it. Maybe I might not. I don't know. I'm probably gonna be somewhere else, in a different stage of the game. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully it's not that bad. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time, and yeah, have a wonderful day.